Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Three news stories. First one is from Tigray, Southern Zone, which has now become Southern Tigray because Tigray administration is being put in place here. Two protests in Alamata in the last 48 hours. While IDPs are returning to their homes in southern Tigray, people, the residents, mainly Amharas, are protesting. New mayor has been appointed in Alamata. What did he say about these protests? Secondly, Eritrea, where surveillance cameras have been installed on roads. What is the objective? Monitoring of traffic or people? Thirdly, viewers, Somalia, where calls for restoration of arms embargo are being made by some groups. They say Somalia cannot handle the flow of arms, even legal flow of arms could be a threat to peace and stability in Somalia as armed groups, militias are very strong in the country. Firstly, viewers, southern Tigray, southern zone. 2 days ago, the return of IDPs began to this southern zone. Thousands of people are set to return to their homes in southern Tigray. They were displaced during war, 2 year long war, during which hundreds of thousands of people were displaced, especially from disputed territories, southern zone, western zone, Salamti, and Tigray Eritrea border. To Salamti, people have returned, more than 5,000. To southern zone, the IDPs are returning. Around 2,000 returned in the last 2 days, I think. Around 2,000 returned in the last 2 days to Alamata. And in Alamata, Amhara government was dismantled in April. Amhara militias fled. After that, Tigray took over. Tigray took over large parts of southern zone, but it could not fully control Alamata city. Hailu Abira was the mayor of Alamata. He was also removed. A new mayor has been appointed. His name is Zinabo Oda, appointed by Tigray, you can say. Yesterday, there was a protest in Alamata city. On day before yesterday as well, people protested. They protested against some IDPs. They said they're not IDPs, they are militants, and militants are entering in the guise of IDPs in Alamata. Hailu Abira, the former mayor, spoke to yesterday, and he is claiming that Tigray militia members are entering Alamata city, Amharas are being displaced, Amharas are in danger. The incumbent, Zinabao Uda spoke to, he said that the protesters are anti-peace elements. They are against the implementation of Pretoria deal. This is the situation in Alamata where IDPs are returning, but protests are also happening. By the way, if you remember a few days ago when military convened some meetings before the start of return of IDPs in Alamata, it said that no protests will be held, no gatherings will be organized in Alamata or any part of southern zone until the settlement of and return of IDPs. But still people protesting. Tensions there in southern zone between Tigray IDPs and the residents of the area. So far, no direct escalation because ENDF is deployed here, Republican guards are here, too. Federal police is also patrolling in the area. That is why so far no armed escalation between the parties. Secondly, viewers, Eritrean government is installing cameras on roads, and the installation of these cameras is leading to a debate. People say the government says obviously that the cameras are being installed to improve the flow of traffic, to help traffic police. But the Eritrean government critics, they say that the cameras are being installed to monitor people. They say the cameras are being installed in Asmara Eritrean capital. Pictures are being shared in social media showing cameras already installed there at some squares. People say a country where there are hardly any vehicles, why is there need for installation of these modern cameras? Does it mean that the government wants to monitor people, it wants to carry out surveillance of people? That is why such high quality cameras are being installed. Well, cameras are installed to improve the flow of traffic and to monitor criminal elements too. Crime happens everywhere in the world, and these cameras help a lot. They help the government in many ways. So it should not be seen as a decision by the government to carry out more reconnaissance and surveillance of people. So definitely for surveillance too, the cameras can be used. It does not mean that cameras should not be installed because they could be used for surveillance. Use of modern technology always helps the people, the government, when it comes to service delivery. So that is why I think this issue should not be a controversial issue. At least the government is doing something to modernize how it wants to run the city. Lastly, viewers, calls being made for the restoration, reinstatement of arms embargo on Somalia. Somalia remained under arms embargo for years, but a few months ago, UN lifted the arms embargo. Arms embargo was put in place because in Somalia, government was weak and had arms allowed to enter Somalia. The arms would have ended up in the hands of militant organizations or armed groups. That is why arms embargo was imposed. It has been lifted now. But the incident which happened in Gulmudug regional state, Gulgudug zone, is leading to calls for reinstatement of arms embargo. We have seen statements from two parties so far. Somaliland spoke and Puntland Minister of Interior Minister spoke to. Both are asking the international community to reimpose arms embargo on Somalia. They say that even the legally entering arms in Somalia could end up in the hands of militias, clan militias, Al-Shabaab, others. And these arms could be used against peaceful citizens of Somalia. That is why arms embargo should be reimposed on Somalia. Well, my view is that perhaps that's why Somalia's National Security Council held a meeting yesterday. Hassan Sheikh chaired the meeting after the incident which happened in Abu Dhabi town, and he has imposed a complete ban on all transactions related to weapons and ammunition by private individuals, organizations. No one can deal in weapons now or ammunition in any part of Somalia. But can this ban be implemented? Can Somalia's government recover weapons looted in Abu Dhabi town in Gulgudug zone, Gulgudug regional state? That remains to be seen. But I think Somalia should do more. I always say Somalia should establish a strong security force. It needs weapons to imposing arms embargo is not a solution. But Somalia will have to prove that it has the capability to recover looted weapons, to protect weapons which are being given to it. That's why it will have to do more to tell the world that it is in a position to protect the weapons if weapons are given to this country. But imposing arms embargo is not a solution. Somalia needs a strong military to protect its borders, to create internal security and stability, which is lacking in Somalia. Thank you for watching.